Are the same people who said I was dead in June and July and said I was gone after Iowa, who seemed totally quiet the night of the South Carolina victory, are now going to be back saying, what's he going to do, what's he going to do, what's he going to do. So I just want to reassure them tonight. We are going to contest every place, and we are going to win, and we will be in Tampa as the nominee in August.
Somewhat defiant Newt Gingrich last night in Florida. Where does he and his campaign, though, go from here? Great panel with Gretchen Hamel, former spokeswoman for the House Republican Conference, and Doug Schoen is a former pollster for President Clinton and a Fox News contributor. How the two are you doing today?
Doing good.
I see Schoen is back from Davos. We're out with the 1%.
Absolutely.
Sorry. Just had to bring it up again. Listen, Gretchen, what does Gingrich do? I mean, last night that was kind of what? Would you make the case that was classic Newt?
That was classic Newt. He was himself, and that is persistent. Now, what Newt needs to do is what he did in South Carolina and before South Carolina, and that is debate well, make it about the issues, and give that historical context and the big ideas that people like. He needs to get out of the mud.
But these debates are going to the sideline now. I don't believe there's one for another month, is there?
There isn't one for a while, but he needs to get back to what he does well, and that is present the ideas, present the historical context. That's what won him South Carolina. That's what people liked, and he needs to get out of that snake pit he's been in for the past week.
All right, Doug, were you going to calm down the pythons over there or what? I mean, your big point is that the message for Gingrich is not as compelling as it needs to be. Well, explain that.
Yeah, I think Gretchen was really putting her finger on it. He has to have a message of change for basically working class, ordinary Republicans at the grassroots, while he has ideas to lower taxes, lower spending, promote economic growth, get America moving again, and speak to the disaffected in America in a way that he did in South Carolina and, bluntly, he didn't do in Florida.
Do you think, Doug, that they're listening to his message?
I think the exit polls said to me, interestingly, Bill, last night, that they see him as the true conservative, but they didn't like him. So they voted against him on personal terms. So the answer to your question is they're not listening, but they want to.
Well, Gretchen, do you agree with that? Do you see it the same way?
I completely agree. If you look at the exit polls, Mitt Romney won those who thought he was electable, those who were most concerned about the economy. He won those folks by 20 points, and he split the Tea Party, but he didn't win the strong Tea Party vote. That shows us that Newt needs to come down, act presidential, talk about the issues that Americans care about, and that's the economy, and also be that conservative.
But more to your point about Tea Party, he split the vote of the generally supportive Tea Party
but not the strong
voters.
He won the strong.
But he won the strong Tea Party voters. Which was kind of the contrails he took out of South Carolina. Still, though, he said last night, Doug, he's going to 46 more states to go. Well, you need organization. Yeah. You need money. How do you get around those barriers now?
The first thing you need is message. You can't get elected without message. But the other thing you need to do is to pick your spots. Super Tuesday is going to be the make-or-break day. I think it's March 8th, Bill, when he has a whole host of Southern caucuses and primaries with proportional representation. If he scores well there, the argument he made last night could come to fruition. Well, if he doesn't, it will be Mitt Romney.
Okay, to that point then, Georgia, yes. Oklahoma, yes. Tennessee, yes. Alabama, yes. But Virginia, he's not even on the ballot, Gretchen.
He's not on the ballot there, and he's not on the ballot in another important state, and that's Missouri. Back home in the rural area, people love Newt. They love the big ideas. They love that he doesn't care about political correctness and that he can give the history lesson that we all know that America was built on these great capitalist principles and other principles. They love to hear about that from him. But he's not in some of these critical states, and that is concerning. That's concerning for a lot of reasons to see if he can actually do this in the long haul.
To your point about rural counties, he did very well in northern Florida. Which is the rural area that you're discussing and describing there, Gretchen. Thank you for coming in today. And Doug, thanks as well. Welcome home to you, Doug.
Thank you very much.
Nicely done. Okay, Martha.